Hello, and welcome back to Supercharged Trio. This is going to be our first ever Dungeons & Dragons session on the channel. As you can see, I am the Dungeon Master. And...
hello, I am Ethan. I am Cornelius Yeoman. And, what am I? Cochrane Swarmkeeper Ranger.
I'm playing Draco Lavar, the Dragonborn Eldritch Knight.
Hello, I'm Dad, and I will be playing the Changeling Wild Magic Barbarian.
Oh, what's your name?
Dad.
No, what's the character's name?
Julian.
Yes. Yes, you named it me.
You always like the name.
And I am Supercharged Mom. Go look it up.
Nice plug.
I know. And my character is Lobelia, the Dark Elf Warlock of the Great Old One.
And the adventure we are going to be running, well, starting today, is going to be the one from the Stranger Things Dungeons & Dragons starter pack, The Hunt for the Thessalhydra, written by Mike Wheeler himself.
Wow.
All right.
Still have no clue what's going on.
So
April's already digging in.
a little bit. Yeah. So we got snacks. All right. So now we aren't really going to be looking at the chat. We're just kind of going to be, doing our thing, playing. Ooh. If you're seeing this in post, we're going to make this stop. We're going to make this as much just like we're just kind of playing D&D as possible. We're not going to be really paying attention to the camera. And without further ado, let the playing commence.
There's nobody watching. There was one for a
I'm
second.
going to turn the gain up on the microphone a little bit.
There was one for a second, then there was nobody.
There we go. All right.
All right.
So, Draco and Cornelius, as you two return
Hey,
you need to stop while I'm doing this.
Yeah,
Put it
open.
there.
Pirate!
Oh, okay.
You can go.
So.
Sorry.
All right. So, Draco and Cornelius, as you return from Phandalin with your interesting adventures where you made many friends and few enemies, and Lobelia and Julian, as you waited for their return of their quest of sorts, something has happened with your old friend Sir Tristan. You see, apparently, there's been a monster that has been attacking his kingdom, and it has almost gotten into his own castle. So you have been summoned. You have been summoned to Tristan's throne room, where he will send you on a quest to defeat this monster, and he has promised you there will be many rewards. So, as you are in Sir Tristan's throne room, he looks like he's fairly tall, but he isn't really the adventuring type. He's a little bit thin and gangly, but he still has a regal air to him. He's a very good ruler, if a bad fighter. And so, as he summons you forwards, and he says, "Lately, there has been a monster appearing out of nowhere and attacking farms, villages, and even my castle. All my soldiers could barely fight it off. After every single attack, it just disappears into the woods without a trace. It's called a Thessalhydra. It's a nasty thing with heads all over it and a gaping maw that drips acid and a pincer, almost like a scorpion's tail, but with two stingers that pinch together."
Creepy.
Indeed. So I can't send my guards after the monster because they must protect my castle in case that monster comes back, or even if others may come in and try to take me. And even then, even if I could send them after it, they're not nearly strong enough to defeat it. They could only drive it away. And my request of you is you hunt down and kill the beast and return with its heads.
Then we shall.
We shall.
With its 8 heads, in fact. 2 for each of you.
Hey,
Heads.
Heads.
that's my prize.
He's taking notes.
That's supposed to be your
And
future
as
traits.
you're looking around, and this room is filled not only with Sir Tristan's throne room, but there are also guards and advisors. And there's actually one guard in particular who he's clutching his sword like this, and he's just kind of staring off into space and shaking slightly. And there's another guard is kind of comforting him, and like he glances at Sir Tristan, and Tristan looks at him in the back of the card. He just acknowledges him. This guard seems very traumatized.
Good.
And let's see, Sir Tristan. So after acknowledging the traumatized guard, Sir Tristan turns back to you, and he walks down off his pedestal, and he gets about eye level with Cornelius. The rest of you are much taller than him. And he says, so, in order for you to go out and perform such a dangerous task, there must obviously be a reward, and I am willing to offer you 100 gold pieces each. I heard of the riches that you brought back from Phandalin, and 100 pieces each seems a bit more, don't you think?
Oh, man.
We will go vanquish
And-
this beast.
Kill the beast.
I like your enthusiasm. And also, come here. I have a few interesting items that I have obtained. And he beckons for his advisors to come. And they are holding 2 large brown satchels with some intricate weaving work done on the flat part of it. This is a bag of holding. A small bag that fits much like a purse, but it has a deceiving amount of room inside of it. And
I've heard of these.
the advisor offers both of them to each of you for which one of you will take them?
Purse, it's yours.
Hey.
All right, Drake.
The
The advisor
barbarian
tosses
doesn't want
one.
to carry a purse.
The advisor tosses a bag of holding to Draco, and the advisor continues to offer, hands it to you, Lobelia.
Thank you.
And he says, and we have some other things that we can give you. And he turns around, he reaches down under his throne, and he pulls out a wooden box and he opens it. There are 4 silver rings inside. He says, these are rings of protection. If you put them on and attune to them, make them yours, they will give you an extra bit of defense against all the dangers of this world. And he holds up his hand to reveal he's actually wearing a ring of defense himself. That's how much he trusts these things.
Okay.
I would like one.
You all get them.
There are 4.
There are 4, and he
Should I write it down?
hands them to
Awesome,
each of you.
thank
Where do I
you.
write it down?
I'm already wearing mine.
You were prepared.
And I put it on
So
the dice.
these rings of protection are an interesting thing. If you wear them and attune to them, I will skip the attunement because you're likely not going to take a short rest in between now and starting the quest. But you each gain a +1 to your armor class which makes you harder to hit. And you also, in addition, gain a +1 to all saving throws. So, which means you can just write +1 like in a big thing right here, where you just add another one on top of that, and you up your armor class by 1, making yourselves harder to hit.
I don't have a pencil. Wait a minute, I can just take one right.
And he beckons one of his royal advisors. He's carrying a large crate, and the advisor opens it, and inside are 4 glass bottles filled with red liquid that is glimmering and slightly simmering. These are potions of healing.
2?
4. 1 for each of you.
Where do I write my
I've
stuff
already
down?
got one.
Yeah,
Where do I write my stuff down?
In here.
Also, it's a lightsaber.
It is a lightsaber. So you have 2 potions of healing. You also have 2 potions of healing. You have 1 potion of healing. You have 1 potion of healing.
Potion of healing, where do I put it?
In your equipment, so like right down here. And remember, Draco, you have your bag of holding. Lobelia, you also have your bag of holding. And finally, Sir Tristan says, this final one is much more suited for you, Julian. I actually had it made specifically for you. And he beckons, and another royal advisor nods, and he knocks on a door. And the door opens, and is another advisor carrying out a massive, beautiful, black greatsword that shines in the torchlight. And the sun, but the sunlight that falls onto it doesn't shine off, almost as if it is sucked up by the blade.
Way. What's it made of?
Do you ask this to Tristan?
Yes.
We don't know. We simply found it, and we found that it is incredibly potent, and he holds out a dagger that seems to be made out of the same stuff.
Magic.
This is a powerful metal, and it may help when taking down the Thessalhydra. And the advisor hands it to you. This is called Winter's Dark Bite. Use it well. You now have a magical +1 longsword. Well, not longsword, greatsword. Sorry. Okay, so I'll go and write that down for you. Actually, here. I'm gonna put it in your attacks.
Cool.
Great.
The king has the dagger, dude.
Attack bonus +6. Since it is a +1, it is 2d6 +4. Okay. So now you have the option to either wield your great axe or your great sword. And finally, he says, I'm not sure which of you to give this one to, because it seems, though Julian might have the most usage of it, since he has the most, shall we say, limited access to magic, I already gave him his greatsword, so he produces what looks to be a wand of oak.
Well, I think.
And he holds it up and he says, this is a wand of magic missiles.
I'll take it.
Which one of you wants it? I know all of you are spellcasters, but some of you may be more limited than other spellcasters. In fact, all of you may be limited than other spellcasters. Lobelia, I saw you gesturing to your husband. I'm afraid I've already given him the magical sword, so I doubt the wand would. I think the wand might interfere with his barbarian rages, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you do not have any cantrips, do you?
Don't think so.
Well,
Apparently it's raining.
Guess so.
well, Draco, I have heard tales of how your aim with a firebolt is quite something to behold, is it not?
Mhm.
And as Cornelius here does not have any cantrips of his own, whereas you and Lobilia's aim with yours are legendary, I feel it's only fitting to give him the Wand of Magic Missile. You now have a Wand of Magic Missile.
What is it? What should I write down?
You just say Wand of Magic Missile right here.
It's a weapon, isn't it?
It is a wand that, as an action, you can use it to cast the Magic Missile spell. I will actually pull up Magic Missile right here so that you can see what it does. Actually, Gabriel, you have Magic Missile on your spell sheet. You could actually show it to him.
Yeah, share that with him.
It's on the third page.
You have
The
3
third-
pages?
Wait, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
third
I have 3
page?
pages.
He's a spellcaster.
I have
Of course
3
he is.
pages.
Whoa, careful.
I only have 2.
Well, yeah, you're not a spellcaster. You're
I
a
have
barbarian.
5 pages.
I don't-
I mean, she's the only full caster here. He's a ranger.
That's
He's
fine.
an
I don't
eldritch.
need magic.
No, you really don't. You've just got all the muscle. You hit people and they don't get back up.
That's right. They don't go back up.
You can just headbutt them.
Yes.
Who needs magic?
All right. So so in game, what this is going to look like is, I assume, is Draco is examining the wand and telling Cornelius what Magic Missile does, rather than just showing him a piece of paper. So there we go. And Sir Tristan also says, these bags of holding, while you may use them for other things, I would suggest you use them to hold the Hydra's heads, because it has quite a lot of them.
Does everyone have one?
No, only Lobelia and Draco got bags of holding.
Wait, should I write down my ring?
You can
You just put.
if you want,
I just put
but
+1 with a circle.
you should
That's
say
what I did too.
+1 to that, and
That's what I
then
did.
no, you haven't added +1 to your armor class yet.
Okay, so 15.
Yeah, you add 15. Your armor class is 17. Your armor class is
14.
still 14. Change that to 15.
Yeah, you have to change
I
it.
did +1 already.
Oh, you already.
Oh,
did.
well,
Oh no!
then
No!
that's
Change it to 15.
Oh, change the number.
The
You can
that's
put +1 to all your stuff.
armor class isn't something that adds to your rolls. Armor class is something that if an enemy tries to hit you, they have to roll your armor class or above, or else they miss.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this thing.
So
All right.
Let's slay the species.
he gestures and he says, "Well, I believe I've held you long enough." And he hands you each a pouch of gold.
Ooh.
Just give me
These are pouches of 10 gold that have detracted from your final payment, which, when you return to me with the Hydra's heads, I will give you each 90 gold. This 10 gold is for usage with whatever you wish, getting more weapons, gear,
I've got enough
and
weapons.
anything that helps you to get the Hydra. Okay, so mark down on your character sheets you have 10 more gold.
I have a lot of gold.
Yeah, you do.
I have as much as
Where
my
is my
level
gold?
7 character or something.
Oh my gosh.
Where's my gold?
Your gold is down all the way at the bottom at equipment.
How did you... Wait, you're on
Oh,
okay.
GP.
Yeah, GP.
Mm-hmm.
GP gold pieces.
I've got 160.
Wait, I got 34?
How are you have 34? Shouldn't you have 35?
No.
How did you get?
Oh wait, he gave one away. Remember, he gave a single gold piece away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I
One
gave it.
time.
I gave it to the blacksmith.
Oh yeah, for the
For the
That's another
Oh,
thing.
so apparently I'm the poorest person here.
how much do you have?
45
But you married into.
No, Gabriel's 34.
You're
plus 10.
He just
No,
wrote out. He had
you just
24.
marked it down. I mean, to be
I have
fair,
160.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure that Haunted One is actually the poorest background. So like, if you were starting with your starting gold, you would have 25 gold.
I'm supposed to.
What?
I'm noble.
Well, the thing is, he went on an adventure, and you decided
That's
not
true.
to.
I also live
That's
up in
true.
the mountains and I never buy anything. I basically when I get
Yeah.
gold, I just have it.
No,
I don't buy
he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do with this. He's just like, Shiny
He
stuff.
buys
I like shinies.
birdseed.
Oh yeah, and also I forgot to mention with this is directly to the camera. The subclasses that Ethan and Dad are playing are actually from the brand new book, so there's a little bit of trial and error that goes into playing them. And so far, Ethan's subclass is pretty darn cool. So basically, he's an Aarakocra, so he's a bird person, and he's a swarm keeper, which means he has a swarm of tiny birds flying around him at all times, and that's really cool. So yeah, he's petting his birds right now. So Dad, on the other hand, every time he gets mad, something completely random happens, and we have yet to find out what any of that does.
Hello, 5 people.
Oh, hello, welcome. And
This is a brand new adventure
all right.
for us.
So Sir Tristan has just sent you on your way, and as you leave his throne room out through his courtyard and out onto the road, what do you do? Cornelius.
I would like to find the nearest weapon shop.
The weapon shop in Tristan's town, Tristanville. No. No. It's you know what? For the sake of the book, let's call it Hawkins.
Hawkins. Very old version, but
Yeah. So you find the Hawkins adventuring store filled with all of your bits and bobs for adventuring. They have the usual things that you'd expect, but there's a large rack of weapons that are incredibly pricey, and you can't imagine why, but then you notice that there seem to be moons put into them. Like the rapier has a crescent-shaped handguard. The scimitar has the craters of the moon etched into its curve.
I would like to try and buy a rapier.
A rapier. All right. So, do you know what these are yet, or do you ask the clerk?
No, I had, whenever I was up in my area, I had an very old rapier.
So
But it broke.
This rapier reminds you of your old trusty rapier that you once had, and as you take it to the store clerk, he says, "You're just gonna buy it then, just like that. You're not gonna ask me why it's so expensive." All right then. I guess I won't have to pitch it to you then. That'll be 40 gold.
Are you sure you don't want to ask him why it's so expensive?
Are you sure?
Why is it so expensive?
I thought, as he pockets your gold, he says, "I thought you never asked." This right here is a moon touch sword. When you draw it out of its scabbard, it glows in darkness as if you were wielding a torch.
Wait, does it glow as much as a torch?
Almost. But it doesn't flicker. It's just solid light, solid moonlight. I have to tell you, it looks very cool.
Thank you, kind sir.
You'll never need a torch again after this. toss your remaining torches over your shoulder. He's like, "Oh, you can't be leaving that here."
I won't really
Good
need
day.
torches.
Put it in
either.
your bag of holding. His bag of holding.
His bag of holding, yes. Yes, I assume like Draco is almost always silent, so you're just like walking around browsing, and this like massive dragon lord is just watching you, following you.
Drop.
So
If
you
you
just
just, like,
you
He's a dragon.
so you open the bag of holding is like about this big. You open it and you dump your torches into it, and they just fall, and then you hear them clatter like 10 feet under the ground.
Oh my gosh.
As if you were looking into a hole 10 feet in the ground. This is just,
Can't reach him.
it is
It's like Mary Poppins bag.
Yeah, it's like Mary
Poppins.
It's what, and then the store clerk goes, "Huh, never seen something like that before. Oh well. Have a good day."
Good day. All right. What do I
So,
write? What
You
do
now have a
Can you write it down?
here. Let me see here. Rapier. Rapier with a.
You should use this. It's
Let's see. You're proficient.
use this. It's more pointy.
No. I'm already using this.
It
You're
is a
proficient with
weapon.
martial weapons, correct?
A weapon.
You're a ranger, so you're proficient with martial weapons. So it does have a +5 to hit, and it does 1d8 plus
That's next. Mhm.
+3 for your
No.
dexterity bonus since it has the finesse property. And on top of that,
Well, 1D.
it is as if this weapon is silvered or magical. It does not have a bonus to attack or hit like Winter's Dark Bite does, but it does deal magical damage, which means you could stab a werewolf with this thing and it would feel as if it were silver.
Ooh, nice.
Gabriel, calm down.
Winter's Dark Spike.
Winter's
Dude,
Dark
we've been doing
Bite.
this for
That is the name of your
half
sword.
hour, and you're already eating all the snacks.
Well, do you know how many strawberries I
All
just
right.
had?
So,
I'm anxious to get moving because
All right.
I want to seek adventure.
so Lobelia and Julian, you have just watched Cornelius walk around, grab a rapier, talk to the clerk for a few minutes, and then he walks out. And Draco is right behind him, carrying his bag of holding. And Draco, your bag of holding now gets slightly heavier, but as something that you know about bags of holding is that they never weigh more than 10 pounds, regardless of what they have inside of them. They do have a maximum carrying capacity, but they never weigh more than 10 pounds.
So that means I can throw an anvil in it.
An anvil would probably rip the bag of holding and send the anvil into the astral plane.
Wait, is that where it sends all the stuff to?
Well, no, the bag of holding, I don't know exactly what bags of holding do. I'm going to look it up right now. Holding.
Mima says that this is great.
Yeah, it can hold up to 500 pounds, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. I mean, it always weighs 15, not 10. So yes, you tossed your torches in, and they just kind of fell, and then you heard them clatter.
Yep.
And yeah, if the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane. AKA, they're lost forever. The astral plane is just Dungeons and Dragons outer space. So
All right.
Wait, are you floating or can you walk around? Walk around.
we'll touch on that topic later. It's much more complicated than that.
I'm getting impatient.
So
Sorry,
Lobelia
Mom.
is getting impatient. Oh yes, I forgot. These two are kind of like wanderers, and they've been taken in by these two. So they in character, they do call them mom and dad. It's cute.
Yes, Mom. I'm only 5.
Yes, Arakokra only lived to be 30 human years. So he is considerably young for a human, but he's a full-grown bird person. Yes, Draco, what did you want to say?
I like to dance.
Yes.
Just
So
gonna dance.
as you are walking down the road out to adventure and beating the Thessalhydra, wherever it is, you see that Draco has taken out a small box. Lobelia, you recognize this as a music box.
Oh.
And as he's going, he starts to dance with it. And as he dances, it begins to open up and play on its own.
Magic.
He doesn't crank it or anything, and it plays this tinny. It sounds perfectly like a normal music box, and it plays this upbeat tune, like adventuring tune, like.
Nice.
I made that up on the spot.
We're off to kill the Thessalhydra. I'm sorry. That's what I'm picturing.
Yes,
There's four of
so-
us, and he's taking
You go, Draco.
That was a pretty good
as you are invigorated by Draco's magic music box, it doesn't actually give you any bonuses. It's just cool. But as you are invigorated by his magical music box, you suddenly realize you have no idea where to find the Hydra.
Well, that's a predicament.
Would you like to maybe ask around for?
Can we go back to the king?
clues?
Yes.
No,
No,
I'm not going back to that.
Tristan has already told you everything that he.
I want to
knows.
see.
The
No,
woods.
I want to. Are there any in this particular? Are we in a kingdom or we're in a town?
You're
We're in
you're-
Hawkins,
And
right?
you're in the town of the town
middle
slash
school?
the town slash kingdom of Hawkins. It is Hawkins is the capital of Sir Tristan's small kingdom.
Okay.
It's the largest town.
Is there any place that where like a lookout? Is there anyone that watches?
Not really. The town guard. There is a small wall around the city, but the way that it's built is that there are little crevices that you can look through. No one stands on top of them.
Okay.
You don't even think that there's a footpath on top. It's just a wall that is
Okay.
there.
Can I smash through this wall if I wanted to?
No.
You probably could, but Tristan would not be very
That's not
happy.
a good idea.
I just want options.
So
Where
as
is
you're
that
walking
wall?
down, as you're looking around,
I want to find the guard. I want to talk to the guard.
you are thinking, you have an idea, and before you can go and find the guard, a merchant comes up to you, and he offers you each an apple. And this merchant is a local merchant. You've bought things from him before.
Oh, okay.
In fact, the rations that Draco and Cornelius actually have, they bought from him before they went off to Phandalin.
So they're not poison apples.
No,
No, they're.
but
we
they
trust
do,
this guy.
they do
There's
look.
not a lady in a glass coffin. Sorry.
No.
I get it.
Lady.
I get it.
I don't got it.
Snow White.
It's okay.
All right.
It's okay,
yes.
Julian.
It's well, that's so weird. That is never not going to be weird. Addressing someone as Julian, not me. You, Julian.
I'm Julian.
Yes. So the apples, they look very strange compared to the apples that he usually sells. They look smaller, more withered. And he says to you, well, for the heroes of Hawkins, I'm afraid this is the best I can offer. Apples were much better before the Thessalhydra came. You know, at first I wondered, what did a monster coming around have anything to do with apples? And he begins handing you your free apples. Like they're not, like you can tell they're not like poisonous or anything. They don't look very appealing. They probably still are food.
Don't want.
I'll take it. No.
I'll take him.
I'll take it.
All right. He puts a knife and he goes. And he gives you each half.
Hey, can I take one of the actual?
You're
whole
missing
apples?
No, there's no extra whole apple. Everyone else took theirs, but Julian.
I'd like to cut mine
Right.
into pieces.
Ahem. Wait. And he says, so that's what I thought. Where does it always run off to? The woods. Where's the apple orchard? The woods. I just know that things there is in the apple orchard. I don't know how, but it is. And maybe the people tend to the orchard are muddled up in all this, and they're conspiring with. And he starts to go off on a rant as he normally does, and he doesn't notice you beginning to walk away. In fact, he begins to walk away himself, carting his food
Rotten apple.
away.
His rotten apples.
Well, his slightly rotten apple.
You ate.
It didn't taste bad. It actually.
I know it tasted fine, but once you started
tasted
saying it,
fine.
I'm just like,
Yeah, but that was actually very funny. That was very good. All right. So as you're going around and you see that there's a woman talking to an unfamiliar man who's dressed in the garments of a priest, and he rides a carriage drawn by a horse, a traveling carriage, not like a luxurious carriage, just a traveling carriage. And these are not. This is not.
Control.
This is not uncommon for this land. This is obviously a
Strange
travel.
land.
This is a traveling priest, an adventurer,
Can I
much
roll
like
him?
yourself.
Sorry, Mom.
You're supposed to be.
I should not have thought.
Cornelius. Shame.
Shame. Shame. No, as you hear a voice coming down. No, as those thoughts permeate your head, those thoughts come into your mind, you hear a voice come down from the sky.
I am sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Back
We're
to
walking. We're walking. We see
All
the
right,
carriage.
so he says, so the traveling priest, he notices you, and you look like you're going to war. Like,
Understandable.
he has, you have a massive greatsword and a massive great axe crossed over your back like a superhero.
I've got.
You have like little magic glowy stuff in your hands. You have a staff. He doesn't so much look like he's going to war so much as he just stands out because he's got little parakeets floating around him. But he has
I've got 6 weapons.
yeah, you just have
Well,
so
and he's
many
a
weapons.
huge. You're a huge dragon.
Well, you're a
person.
huge dragonborn in chainmail with a javelin going straight down your back, 2 war picks, and 2 hand axes at your sides.
And a knife.
Oh yeah, and a knife and a necklace knife hanging around your neck. So like
I found in a temple.
you
My
look like
son.
you look like you're going to war. So the priest notices you and he says, "You know, often lesser monsters worship larger ones. There are troglodytes in a nearby set of caves. They might know something about the Thessalhydra. I would go after it, but I'm afraid my deity's work brings me elsewhere. But the caves are over there, not very far away from the apple orchard, actually."
Uh-huh.
Oh, you've known something about this.
Well, we spoke to the merchant, and he had
I have yet to speak to him.
he had some
He
apples.
seems very disturbed about something.
Yeah, he's upset because he thinks that the people in the apple orchard are working with the Thessalhydra.
Who knows, they very well might be. And I will not delve into conspiracy theories, but I have seen some very strange things in my time. And
What have you seen?
another time.
No. What have you seen? I'm
And-
very convincing.
And as he pulls out his holy symbol and his eyes begin to glare, you'll find I can be very convincing as well. madam.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, sir.
It is then that you get the feeling
What is
this. Okay, so apparently Draco and Julian are having an arm wrestle.
What?
I don't know what happened.
So as you look at this guy, and as you realize, as you get closer to him, and as Lobelia interacts with him more, he's actually wearing armor under his priest's garments. He's a cleric. He's not just a traveling priest. He is an adventurer.
Okay.
So you probably shouldn't try to intimidate him because
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
clerics.
Okay.
And he says,
I
Are
like
you
to
worshiping
intimidate
your
them.
dad?
well, you see, I would advise you to be on your way. And we can leave this place without
See
quarreling
ya.
with each other. I will go on my way. You go on yours and hope this kingdom.
I'll just got up.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Ah, yes.
He's flying.
Hey.
Well, and
I'm
well,
flying
I guess that was the vantage point you were looking for.
Mhm.
Hey.
A character with wings.
Hey.
I can fly.
Why didn't I think
Hey,
of
hey,
that?
hey.
Wait a second. He still has a little bit of stuff to say. He says,
Can't hear you.
You best watch yourselves. There are strange things in these lands. And
You better watch yourself.
he hops on his horse and he rides it away.
What a weirdo.
And the carriage, the
Should have
traveling,
smashed him.
and as you do that, he looks over his shoulder and he rolls his eyes. And the traveling carriage, as it goes past, you realize it doesn't actually have any seats. It's more for storage.
So
He just rides his horse.
I'd like to cut my apple into slices with
All
my
right.
dagger.
Draco uses the very fine jeweled dagger around his neck and he cuts it into a few pieces and he starts munching on his slightly rotten apple. And as you go out in the direction the priest, the cleric, told you towards the orchards that the merchant also told you about,
This is my
you've been getting some very solid leads. And there seem to be a few young men who are coming back with a load of lumber. They're coming back with a load of lumber with wood and stuff that can be formed into staffs, not unlike this one. And the woodcutter he sees you and he says, the arrows of Vulcans.
Oh, I mean,
What's that? I'm not a dragon. I think that was draconic. Is that the draconic word for hello, or am I thinking of something else? Whatever. Where are you off to? Surely not the woods.
To slay.
the woods.
To slay the woods.
To slay the Thessalhydra.
I will be getting a better vantage point. Give me a second.
I don't think you can kill the woods. I don't think it'll go well for you.
Oh, I can kill the
There's
woods.
a lot of stuff in there.
You could set him on fire.
Sorry.
Slaying the woods, children
We're
nowadays.
not.
I
slaying
can
the
slay the woods with my hands.
Yes.
I
We're
don't
not
see
slaying
it.
the
Well,
woods.
I see a pathway.
So have you seen
right,
anything?
come down here, Mr. Bird person.
Whee!
Oh, is he all right?
Eh,
Oh, okay. Well, now that's out of the way. So
Apparently he can fly, but he
Am I
can't
right?
land.
Whenever he gets up high, the way that he gets back down is he just stops flapping and he falls until he hits like 20 feet and then he goes back down.
Oh, he
Amateurs, am I right?
swoops. He swoops.
Yeah. So the other two woodcutters have just kind of gone.
Scared.
Yeah.
So have you been cutting any apple trees down lately?
I'm
Cherry
afraid
trees?
that's quite against the law, madam.
cherry
We
trees.
don't own the orchard. We only own our woodcutting farm with our wood. And let's see this. Oh yes, my father actually made this stuff.
It's a good stuff.
I'll bet he taught me everything I know. And he tips his non-existent hat.
Off to the woods.
Oh, that's a very interesting looking sword. Wait. I'll have you know, near the orchard are these sprawling caves. And some of them are cursed.
Creepy.
Because once you enter, you get lost in twisting tunnels and never escape.
Ooh.
Or you escape a few weeks late. I mean, old Jimmy. Am I right?
Jimmy.
Who?
Jimmy.
He got lost in the cave. We haven't seen him since. You best be off. And he leaves.
What a creepo.
Now, this is one of the most well-known woodcutters in the area. You've heard of old Jimmy. He's one of the older townsfolk. He likes to He likes
I
to.
just picture Jimmy Guerrero.
He likes to. He likes to. He likes to walk around and yell at little kids and kick puppies. No. But he-
What? Whoa!
He's the village. He's the village old man, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
And
get off his lawn.
Yes.
Okay.
Get off my lawn.
Apparently, he, according to what this lumberjack said, he
Tony.
may have gone into the caves and he has not come back out.
Hmm.
And so, as
Good
you're,
riddance.
do you continue to pursue this path?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
And as you're just about to make it into the forest, and you're called, "Oi there!
Oh, come on!
What are you? Where are you youngins off to?" And it's an elderly farmer.
To kill a
I'm
Thessalhydra.
sorry.
Oh, we found Jimmy.
I'm sorry.
That was easy.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I know you're not a youngin, but these folks certainly are.
Grr.
I just called you old.
Oh, I'm old.
Do
I'm
I-
old and
Do I
wise.
smash him?
No. No.
She's
No.
400.
But she looks like she's 100.
Whatever.
I'm just for a little bit of clarification to anyone watching. He is a bird folk. Bird folk only live to be about 30. He's a dragonborn. Dragonborn only live to be about 80 to 85. He's a changeling, which is basically just a human who can shapeshift.
What?
And he lives for as long as a human normally lives for. In Dungeons and Dragons, they say about a century. She's an elf, so she lives for like 7 centuries. And elves, they mature in like a very long time. They reach adulthood when they are 100. So she's like 400 years old.
Thank you.
So
Prime of your life.
this staff, you know how to use this.
I know how to use this.
I would hope so.
I know how to use this
You
too.
don't even have a sword.
I have a sword.
That's right. I
Let's
have a
talk
sword.
about
Give me that.
No, that's a short sword. None of you even have a short sword.
Ha!
Oh my goodness.
All right. So
All right, let's calm down.
So
guys.
do you tell the
We-
farmer what you're doing, or do you just like say, "Oh, we're like off on a
Peace.
stroll"?
We are going to slay a
We're-
Thessalhydra.
Well, I've heard you or the folk are sent to kill that monster,
Oh.
right?
Sure.
Oh, you're off on a wild goose chase, because there ain't no such thing as a Thessalhydra. It's just a big owl bear that people keep saying is bigger than it is.
You don't know anything, do you?
I know a lot more than you.
Have you heard of old Jimbo guy?
Jimmy.
Oh
Jimmy.
yes, poor old Jimmy. I remember when me and him used to run around in this here grain field and scare the living daylights out of my dad. Those were the good old days.
Where is he now?
I don't know. Have you seen him? I haven't seen him in a few weeks.
He's probably in the caves.
So much talking.
Cave?
Time to smash.
Oh, I got
Oh,
Dad,
hey,
Dad,
hey,
Dad.
Hey.
Calm down.
Hey.
We'll be on our way to the caves.
All right. Well, if you must have my advice, well, if you must insist on having my advice,
Fine.
Nobody's insisting.
no, you see, that is an affirmation of what I am trying to tell you. Denial that you need my assistance
Smash him.
is
I don't
the
care if smash
exact
it.
reason why I am giving you my help.
Let's no.
Let's say it.
Let's.
Is it a stick?
I believe. No. Let's see
Well,
the good. See
well.
the good in him. I see the good in him.
Thank you, Miss. So,
Just do your mind thingy and get them out of here.
do your
I'll go scout.
Oh, that's right. You have the cause fear spell.
Oh no! Calm down.
This would be absolutely hilarious.
No.
It gives you inspiration.
Hey.
Do the
Hey.
mind thingy.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Oh, you
Hey,
cast cause fear.
Hey. Hey.
Do it.
Hey.
All right.
She'll just cause fear on you, dude.
cute.
verbal somatic, which means you have to incant and like do this with your.
Oh
magic
wow.
stuff.
Okay.
Well, you don't actually have to. Just your character does that.
You are afraid of me.
He runs screaming back into his house,
Hey,
and he
everything's
slams
okay.
the door behind him.
All right, let's go.
He
Hey.
closes the shutters.
Hey, everything's okay. You're just on a spell.
He's already gone.
Okay.
Who are
good
you?
day. Hey, okay, good day, sir.
Okay, mark that you have inspiration.
Okay.
Just like put a check mark there.
Good day,
That
you
means
sir.
whenever you like, one time if you fail an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check, you can say, I would like to spend my inspiration and re-roll.
Okay.
Which basically means you can
A do-over.
Yeah, a do-over.
Okay. All right.
Let's
Let's
leave
keep
before
going.
anything.
I want to go.
So just
Bad
remember,
happens.
you burned one of your spell slots for that, so you only have one left. You have 2 spell slots per short rest.
Good.
Other casters like Cornelius and Draco, they get their spells back on a long rest.
Mhm.
So warlocks get this cool thing where they can.
I don't really have to rest for a long time.
Yeah,
It's
that's,
just
that's also another thing. Elves only need to rest for 4 hours to gain the benefits of a long rest, so that's pretty cool.
4?
Yep.
I think that'd be a short rest.
No, 1 hour short rest,
Mhm.
8 hour long rest. She only needs to rest for 4.
So she could just like go to sleep for 4
Well,
hours.
and she's not even asleep. She's just in a trance. She can still like hear everything.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
No, this is better. Look.
So
Okay, okay.
20.
I believe that people are getting bored of these role play encounters.
Let's keep going.
I think the old farmer being brought away with a cause fear spell was very indicative of that. So you are now wandering off
Wandering
into
traders.
Into the woods.
the woods.
Dreidel, dreidel,
Into the
dreidel.
Yes.
With his music.
So
His- no, his music box
As-
only plays what he wants.
as you're going, you begin to see the apple orchard, and it quickly dawns on you, this apple orchard is not just like a small grove of trees. It's a big orchard, like acres of land. And
What?
you're probably going to need to find the right way to find these caves. So, who would like to make a nature check?
I'm good at nature.
Or,
I'm really, really, really good at
no,
nature.
if you want to search for the caves, make nature. If you want to search for the Thessalhydra's tracks,
Me.
give me survival.
Wait.
I'll
Wait,
give you a
wait.
survival.
One of you, who has the best nature or survival?
He has the best.
I have the
Cornelius.
best survival.
So let's see. What is your survival?
+5.
Plus, that's a lot. What's your nature?
+3.
Okay, your survival is +2, and your nature is +3. So Cornelius is Draco. Unfortunately, you will not be leading this charge.
All right. What do I roll? D20.
Neither will you, and neither will you. So yes.
4.
Okay. So what are you doing? Are you
19.
looking for the caves?
Survival's plus
So which one? Are you rolling me nature to find the caves
Survival.
or survival? Survival to find the Thessalhydra tracks. Okay.
I got rolled a
So-
19. 19.
You rolled a 19.
Yes.
You,
That's a 14.
as
No,
you're
plus
looking
5.
around, as you three are looking around, and you're just like, oh, this is a big orchard. Cornelius immediately goes into hunter mode, and he starts looking down, brushing aside twigs, and he brushes aside a small bush. And as you brush it aside, you realize it's only half a bush. There's a footprint here. A massive footprint. And then another, and then another. And it's a set of massive tracks that lead off in a direction.
Show off.
And as you follow those tracks, you find a cave. So,
I don't know. I was just trying to...
DM. Before we go to the cave, I would like to get an apple.
oh, you want to pick an apple from the tree?
That's robbing. I believe that's robbing.
I'll give a piece of gold to them.
A gold.
There's nobody there.
Apples are how much are apples worth?
It's a forest. This pink one.
That's illegal, lad.
I'm just gonna roll. An apple is worth 2 copper. No, an apple is worth
Somebody
1
else's
copper.
apple.
Apple.
We're not going to go into somebody's cornfield and take their corn.
Hey.
Yeah, nobody's looking.
I would like
We
to-
have people watching that would not approve of this.
Also, Draco, you're lawful good. You follow the rules.
Yeah, you're lawful good. You wouldn't do that.
Hey, Dad, steal an apple so I can cut it into pieces.
Telling someone to do something bad doesn't make you
That's
better.
actually
That-
what you would do.
That doesn't. That now you are not the sole criminal. You are now the mastermind, and he is the accomplice.
You know what? Erase whatever happened. Let's go to the cave.
Okay.
Right. You want to follow the rules.
So you have found this cave, and the Thessalhydra's tracks obviously lead towards it, but there is some other tracks that you can't quite determine. Would any of you like to roll me investigation or survival to determine what the tracks are?
I'm really, really good.
Oh,
Remember, I'm really, really good at survival. Like
So you have +2 in
Very good.
investigation. Let's do survival.
+5.
Okay, so I believe Cornelius will be rolling all the survival checks. So roll me survival.
are you eating that with a toothpick?
I don't get my hands cheesy.
Roll survival.
Hey, it's smart.
It is smart.
Just get a napkin.
All right, what is
you know.
that's a 16?
16, yes.
Okay, so you know here that this cave's mouth has recently been visited by the Thessalhydra,
Surprise.
an owl bear, which in and of itself confirms the farmer's tale. You know that the Thessalhydra does in fact exist, but the farmer has indeed seen an owl bear around here, and 25 troglodytes.
What are those?
The priest was talking about these things called troglodytes, and none of you really know exactly what they are. You've heard stories, you've heard some stuff, like you've probably read about them somewhere. You know the most about them since you're a ranger. But as far as all of you know, they are like these small dinosaur people
Aw.
that absolutely and horridly stink. In fact, as you remember that, you begin smelling, oh, it stinks. Like, so it smells like sulfur
Like that?
and vomit and insert bad smell here,
Okay.
all rolled into one.
That is really gross.
Hey, I would like to puke into my bag. No.
No, you don't.
I'd like to puke on the people.
On the troglodytes?
How big are they?
They're. Let me check. It's actually
They're like lizards.
roll nature. Roll me nature,
You're the
Cornelius.
best at that.
Well, that is a 12.
A 12. So you are not
How was that a
quite sure.
He has plus. He has, yeah, you can have nature.
You are
I got
not.
+3.
You are not quite sure. You think these things are maybe a little bit smaller than you.
So they're like 3 feet.
Well, smaller than the bird person. So yes, they're quite small in comparison to the rest of you.
Aw.
But they
But they stink.
they stink.
Let's give them a
They
bath.
stink so much. They stink.
That wouldn't do it. They're literally.
We're on a quest.
All right. So, excuse me. You have made it into the cave. There's a hallway that leads into the next section of the cave. Do you proceed inwards?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So as you go into this cave, it stinks. It smells very, very bad. And more confirmation that this is a troglodyte's lair. And
I see.
as you look here, there's really nothing of interest here. But
Wait, do we need a light?
No, I can see in the dark.
Take out your
let's see
sword.
here.
I can see in the dark too.
You have dark vision. You have supreme dark vision. You have a glowing sword, and you
Have a sword that
Wait.
literally makes light go away.
do changelings. Well, that's actually very true. You have a sword that takes away light. So it's like your sword is shedding light, and then as you like hold it up, you realize that it's all like going one way. And then you look at Julian, and he's holding his sword, and it's all like sucked into his sword, and he just goes.
Put your sword away.
Your sword's broken.
All right, I'm looking at this. You don't have dark vision. You know what? It does not
You
say.
can pull one of the torches out of his bag.
It does not say
Can't
here
reach
that. It does not say here that there is no light. So I will rule that there are holes coming in from the ceiling that are letting light in.
Okay.
Yay!
Let me out of this bag. I climbed in it to get the torches, and I'm trying.
Your
You
wings.
can just fly out.
No, your wingspan isn't big enough.
It's dark in here.
No, the bag
It's
of holding.
okay. Come to mama.
The bag of holding can stretch to accommodate whatever you're putting inside of it.
I'm just imagining me climbing into it. There's those really regular size.
Though according to the rules, according to the rules of a bag of holding, like a creature can fit inside of it, but they can only survive inside of it for 10 minutes before they run out of air. And they also, according to the rules of it, they cannot get out unless someone else opens the bag from the outside.
Wait, can I just suffocate a creature in there?
Uh-huh.
That would be a very horrible and painful death, and I might have to change your alignment for it. So you could, but I would not advise it because you just had your alignment changed to lawful good.
Help me.
I'll decapitate them.
There are 7 people watching.
I think he picked the wrong side. All the
Just so
stuff
you
he's
know.
trying to do.
Bullocks.
All right,
Cool.
so
Help me.
as you,
You'll be fine.
Get out of the bag of holding. How many times have I told you to get out of the bag of holding?
Here's your torch.
this is precisely why you broke the other one. that's why you didn't have any, because he broke it
Cornelius.
with
Sorry, Mom.
his talons, those darn talons.
Yeah, you better get out of there. We have to put Thessalhydra heads in there.
Sorry, Mom.
And also,
Actually,
if
they're
you,
already
That's
fishing
right.
hydras.
Also, I must remind you, if you spend too long in there and if you get too scared, you might rip it with your talons. That would send you into the astral plane, lost
I'm-
forever.
I'm already out. I gave Dad his torches.
Don't ever do that
Well,
again.
he doesn't need torches. There's sunlight in here.
Give me my torches back.
Okay. Wait,
hey,
stop.
hey.
We did not take the torches out of the bag of holding. Moving on. You
We just have like a
This
10-minute thing of
cave-
me just talking
yes,
about how
yes,
bad
we did. This is wonderful. This is amazing. This is this cave. As you look around, you think to yourself, "Wow, it's just a cave.
Wow, it's just a cave.
There's nothing
Wow,
in
it's
here."
just a cave.
Wow,
There's
it's just
nothing
a
in here.
cave.
Nothing in here.
There's nothing.
But there is one. It seems to be like shaped kind of like a rectangle. Like you walk in and you're walking up into the bottom of a rectangle, and on the top left hand side going west, there is a hallway. Also, to the right, going back down south, like very close to like the edge of the cave wall, is another passageway, and then almost straight forward and to the right is another passageway. There are 3 ways that you can go here. Which way do you go?
I would like to go to the left passageway and roll investigation.
You want to go in here and investigate the left passageway?
Mhm.
All right, so roll me investigation.
Is that the one with the hole?
Gosh.
Oh, heck.
Ooh.
That's a really good.
Which one is the one
That
with the
is,
hole?
wait, that is the 20. I have a +1.
As soon as you walk into this hall, you realize there are pressure plates all over the ground,
Get out, get out, get
and
out.
there are ropes holding up the ceiling that
Oh,
look
no.
like they're tied to the pressure plates,
Oh no.
and they're all painted to be camouflaged, but you just barely manage to notice them.
Well, how long is the corridor?
It's it's not actually the hall. It's the cave beyond the hall.
Yeah, but if you can fly, what does it matter?
Well, because
It's small. It's a very small room.
You can't-
I have to have a 10-foot
as soon as the
radius.
Send your
pressure
birds.
plates, as soon as the pressure plates, well,
keep
actually,
breathing.
if he flies, he'll be stirring up the wind, and it might actually cause them to activate anyway.
I'd like to do acrobatics and try and get through it.
Are you sure?
That's
Are you
not-
sure?
Yes,
That's
I'm
not
confident
a-
in this dice.
That's
Oh
not a
my
good
goodness.
idea. Bro, you
There-
actually might die.
I'm fine. We're fine.
There's no DC to get across it.
What is that?
I'm just going to tell you. You literally, it's impossible to make it across it before the trap triggers and the ceiling falls.
Fine.
Would you like to disarm it?
Mhm.
All right. Roll me a dexterity.
Well,
What's your dex mod?
3, so that's 12.
All right. So as you look at these things, you think
Did you
those.
add your +1?
Plus 3.
Oh no,
that's for,
those plus ones are for saving throws.
Yeah,
So like
Okay,
if
sorry.
someone shoots you with a fireball and
For
I
dexterity,
say dexterity
you
saving
look
throw, you
this
like
side.
jump out of
You
the
look
way.
this side.
Oh, I looked at the wrong
Yeah.
place. I'm sorry.
All right. So as you think to yourself, I probably can't touch these ropes. And then you look down at the pressure plate and you realize it's very flimsily attached. It's just kind of there.
Who put
And
this here?
You pick it up and the entire mechanism just kind of falls apart and the ceiling is still in place.
Wait, was that from? Is that like a trap for the Thessalhydra?
It's just a trap. I mean, this is a lair of a bunch of creatures, so
Wait.
they're going to be
Can I salvage the rope?
not without triggering the
Okay,
trap and
can I
making the ceiling
can I
fall.
salvage the pressure plates?
You have an idea? for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have rope and I have pressure plates. Boom! I can make a
I should
trap.
not have done that.
Well, you said yes.
He's
How
gonna
many
make
are there?
traps now.
You know, you're a ranger, so if you can come up with a good usage for those traps, not only will I make them work, I'll give you inspiration.
Okay, how many are there?
Pressure plate. How many pressure plates? By the size of this room, it looks like there are only 2.
Okay, 2 pressure plates. I'll add. I have a really good idea. That's really dumb.
All right. So, would you like to press on, or would you like to look back in the other caves?
I spell pressure.
PRES.
SSURE.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, I think that we should look in the other.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll go.
as you think of that, you realize, why would they trap this cave specifically? There must be something important beyond it, right?
Well, yeah.
And not
Yeah.
only that, but
We can look
Cornelius,
because
Cornelius, you know that this type of ceiling trap is not a normal type of ceiling trap. Normally, ceiling traps would like drop some rubble from the ceiling. This makes the ceiling collapse so that you cannot go through this room. So there must be.
So there has to be
something-
something important.
Yeah,
on
there
here.
well,
has
I
to-
disarmed it, so we can just go.
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
walk. There's no more pressure plates.
All right.
I'll go in front because
Okay.
I've already been there. So like I'm
So
already.
as you walk through this hallway into this room, you come in here and again this horrible odor of the troglodyte stench. But it's not bad enough that you would know like they're nearby. There's no troglodytes in here. But then you notice, wait, there's a pile of golden gems.
Wait,
Mine-
wait, hey, hey!
here's
We gotta
some-
split it evenly.
Here are some pieces of artwork and fine clothing and goblets.
Go.
This is their treasure room. They're all of their treasure room.
I think we
as
should
you-
just leave.
As you
They might.
oh,
need
you
it.
want to leave them?
Yeah. I
No,
think-
no, no, no.
Shh. I don't think we should rob these
All
people.
right.
No, I'm just gonna take one thing.
It could be trapped.
You're lawful good. You wouldn't take anything.
Steal it.
I don't think that we should take anything.
I think we
Alright.
should. This is their stuff. I don't think we should bother. And the fact
No,
that
I
they
don't
put
want a
all their
goblin.
effort.
But with all the gold, I can make the world a safer place.
You already have a magic sword that eats up light. What else do you want?
Gold?
We're going to get gold if we finish this.
Yes, you're gonna get 100 pieces. There's no
Yeah.
way there's 100 pieces in here. There's maybe like what?
And let me reiterate what Sir Tristan said. That was more of a gift that he was going to give to you anyway, like maybe as like a birthday present because he knows that you like weapons, but he gave it to you early because big monster.
Did he know today was his birthday? Sorry.
Possibly. Oh yeah, we've forgotten to mention today is our dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Yay!
Happy birthday to you.
Have some gold.
Have some.
Some gold.
More gold.
So
I would like to take a
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Yeah.
leave this treasure room filled with countless, not really countless. It's a fairly small treasure room. At the far side is this is just like a dead end. You look into the room. It's like there's nothing else.
Cupid.
Okay.
And there's nowhere to go here, so you could go back to the entrance hall and try one of the other two ways.
I want to go.
All
I wanna go
would you
first.
Can I
would
finish
you
what I
like
was
to-
saying earlier?
What?
I said I don't think we should steal this because they put the little tiny people put all their effort into this trap that wasn't really good, but
Tiny
still.
stinky people.
The
Tiny stinky people.
the tiny stinky dinosaur people.
At least they tried to put a trap and
and
didn't just stand at the entrance saying, "I smell bad."
A for effort. So as you go back into this room,
So they tried to kill us, and we're gonna let them keep the gold.
They didn't try
they
and
didn't
kill
try to
us.
kill us.
They just don't want anyone
They're
stealing
trying to
from them.
protect their stuff.
I mean, that's the way that they lock their treasure room. You can't exactly lock a cave.
Yeah, they didn't try.
Okay,
to kill us. They tried to kill us. They
Let's
would try
go.
to
Let's
stab
go
us.
in one of the other.
doors.
All right.
Yeah,
so
one of the
do
other
you want to go to the one
passages.
that was straight ahead of you to the north, or the one
Too obvious,
that was to
To the right.
to the right and down, back down south?
Me. I want to go first.
All right. So as you go down here, you turn around and you go. It doesn't lead directly into a cave. You actually have to make a turn left before you make it into a cave. And this, you remember Cornelius? You remember when you saw those owlbear tracks? This is where it sleeps, and it is currently snoozing in the corner.
No,
Let's get out.
No, we need to leave. We need
It's
to leave.
asleep.
Yes,
You-
but we don't want to wake it. Let's do the middle one. Middle
Why
path.
don't we slay it? It'd be good practice for that other thing.
No, it literally isn't doing anything.
As-
we have no reason to kill it.
Just
For
so you
practice
know,
for when we fight the other.
Cornelius,
No.
Cornelius, you know that these troglodytes are a bit more evil aligned. They worship an evil god, and they might even worship the Thessalhydra. But this owlbear, it's just a beast minding its own business.
Yes, exactly.
All owlbears are just creatures.
That's why we shouldn't kill it.
No.
So much talking, not enough fighting.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Well,
Dads,
would you like
dads
to?
these days, am I right?
Would you like to stealth? Would you like to stealth
Sorry.
around it, or would you like to
I
go
wanna-
back the way you came?
Wait, is there any passageways beyond?
There looks to be. There's one straight ahead. As soon as you turn left, you can see that there's a passageway straight ahead, and you can actually see a small spring of water, like about 30 feet away. Wait a second.
I think we should just go to the middle.
Yeah, let's go to the.
50 feet away, actually, about 50 feet away. And you saw as you poked your head into the room, right by the corner where the owlbear is sleeping. There's actually a passage to another area. So this is like
What?
this is just kind of a room. And again, this is a cave, so you never know which rooms could lead to which rooms. So you may not even need to deal with this room. You could just go around it and get to where you want. You also might have to come back here later. So would you like to leave and come back here later?
Yeah.
You want to go to the middle passage?
All right.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna lead.
as you go to the middle passage,
Yeah, because you were in the back.
and you go up, and you notice that it goes and it splits straight east and west into two east and west for you guys. For two passages, one to the left and one to the right. And as you glance, the one on the left would go straight and have another turn, so you can't tell what the next room has on the door. But you look to the right, and you see there are 8 troglodyte guards that are just kind of standing here like this,
basically saying, "I smell bad. Stay away."
essentially, and they don't notice you. They don't notice you. They're just kind of there.
Wait, they worship a
But
god,
so,
right?
what would it?
Hey,
Would
we
you
don't
like
know. We
to-
wouldn't know this.
Would you like to interact with the guards, or would
Wait,
you
what
like
do they
to
speak?
make
What do
your
they
way?
speak?
They speak troglodyte.
Exactly.
They don't speak
Hey,
common.
I can read that.
So do they
They speak. Yeah, you Cornelius, you know that these things do not speak common. So, would you like to go to the guard post with the obviously armed guards, or would you like to go to the left with the mystery room?
Let's go to the
Ooh,
left.
Mystery.
Mystery room. I don't want to bother.
All right.
those guys.
I don't wanna
Mystery
kill
room
those
it
little
is.
creatures.
So, as you go to,
Still, we
you-
avoid the fight.
you go to the left and you go to the right.
All right. Is Dad evil?
You go to the
It sure
left and you go to
seems.
the right.
He's a barbarian.
And
he wants to fight.
you
He wants to
notice
kill.
that there are like this looks kind of like a almost like a common room of sorts. There's little seats and benches hewn up out of the walls. There are some cots made out of feathers and other soft woodland materials. And there are 10 troglodytes who are over here grunting to each other in their language. And one of them notices you and points, and they start cartoon running away, flailing their arms above their heads, running away from you.
They're scared of us.
I mean,
Yeah.
Hey,
they literally just ran
Joe.
away from a fight, so I'm sure Dad
Joe.
is not there.
So, in this room,
So
there are also two paths. There is the way to the left, which the troglodytes ran into that chamber,
Chase
and there's a
them.
way to
No.
the right, which they did not run into.
chase him.
no.
Chase
Oh, you
him.
want to chase him?
What?
Yep.
I don't want to chase him.
All right.
Dad needs to fight, or else he's gonna get angry and start fighting us.
All right,
So
so
we need to get
as
his daily
he-
fighting.
Bro, there's
As
three of
you
us.
go
He's
into
fighting.
these, as you go into this, you can see that there are several troglodytes, they're muttering to each other. They're also talking to 5 troglodytes who are dressed in almost noble garments, as noble as wild animals could provide. And these seem to be the troglodyte rulers, and one of them is set up on a pillar higher than the rest. And as he sees you, he says, "We have no quarrel with you, travelers.
Wait,
Do
he
not
speaks
make
common?
us have one."
He speaks common.
Yes, I speak common. I wouldn't be much of a ruler if I couldn't deal with my neighbors. Now, would I?
You smell bad.
I am well aware. It is one of our defense mechanisms. I would not advise going near any of my subjects. They have a tendency to make people avoid.
Let's just walk past them. Let's just walk past them.
No, go back. Or else he's
And-
gonna attack us.
All right. So he's
I mean,
he's
shouldn't
attack?
we
We're
ask?
going to attack?
No.
Wait.
No.
Shouldn't,
She's
What were you gonna
persuasive.
say?
She's persuasive.
shouldn't we ask them if they know anything about a monster?
Oh.
Yes. I believe you've seen the footprints coming into our cave, perhaps our home.
Mhm.
Oh yes, it's a terrible beastly thing, it is. But we don't have any part in it. It simply passes through our cave. And it just disappears. It never comes back out. It only comes in, and we look for it, and it's gone. And then it comes in again, and we look for it, and it's gone.
Have you ever attempted?
Very weird stuff.
Have you ever attempted to follow it?
Oh, I've sent search parties into that cursed labyrinth. None of them have come back out.
No. I don't mean search for it. I mean as soon as it goes in, follow right behind it.
Well, that's what we tried
Stalk
to.
it?
That's what we tried to do. We sent a search party in, and one of them tripped over a rock. And Thessalhydra, its tail is very quick to the neck.
Where's that bag of holding?
You know, you really shouldn't fill those things with excess waste. They break very easily.
Sorry.
Yes, we tried to. Well, you see, I only know that the Thessalhydra goes into the labyrinth and never comes back out. That's actually one of the reasons we set up our home over here. It's one of the reasons nobody ever comes to these caves is because of that labyrinth. I believe you may have heard stories about how people get lost in the caves and never come back out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's because of that. And you see mist rolling in from the other room that you hadn't noticed before.
Hmm.
And as you're thinking about it, as you were coming into these caves, it had actually gotten steadily darker as you come in, despite the fact that there is still sunlight streaming in, and there's a strange air, like there is fog up at the ceiling.
Is it still dark? Is it dark in here yet? Because if it is,
I'll
be having my.
It's not dark yet. It is not very bright light. It should be very bright light, but it is not. It is only bright light.
Okay.
So
it's like kind of ominous.
yes, and so he
Big
says
words.
he says that is all that we can tell you, but we only ask: Did you go to a trap room? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
Well,
Wait.
I didn't hear the ceiling collapse, so I could have guessed that myself. But you did go to the trap room.
Yes.
What?
We didn't take anything. Don't worry.
That trap does still work, right? And they're like grumbling to each other. He asks some of his subjects some things in troglodyte, and he says, "We should really get that fixed."
Yeah.
Do you know what's wrong with it? This is your turn to improvise.
Maybe just like tighten the ropes, maybe a little.
Tighten the ropes. I'm afraid that's not possible. Otherwise, the trap won't work. It won't drop the ceiling. It'll only drop a few rocks, and the people will just say, "Ow, a rock," instead of.
Oh,
And that wouldn't be a very good trap, now would it? And is it the pressure plates? Are the pressure plates faulty?
Maybe probably.
about that.
I've thought those pressure plates have begun to rot.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that wood rots away. Maybe it rotted away. Did it rot away?
I think so, because we didn't encounter any pressure plates when we were on.
We should make them out of stone next time. And he yells at his subjects, and two of them nod and run off into another room. Thank you. So, for your troubles, I believe we can offer you 1 gold each. All right, and he beckons, and he beckons. He like sends a few of his subjects off, and they go away. And you wait for a few seconds, and then you realize that the troglodytes have actually opened a secret door into their treasure room.
Oh, wow.
You didn't investigate any of the things in the treasure room, so you didn't find the secret door, but you could have found it on the other side. And you wait for a few seconds, and you hear a squeal and a clatter as one of the troglodytes apparently trips over something and knocks a bunch of stuff over. And they come running back with some gold, and one of them is about to run right up to you, but then one of the other rulers yells at it in troglodyte, and it stops, and it kind of just like slides the coin over the floor, and it does the same and then they do the same to all of you. And even from like 15 feet away, it smells disgusting. It's like, again, it's like sulfur and everything
And death.
And death. Everything.
The
that
coin
smells-
doesn't even smell good.
Yeah, the coin doesn't smell great.
We're gonna have to give this thing a bath.
How are we ending this?
Probably pretty soon. Yeah, we can end it at 9. So it's 5 till.
Okay.
So
5 minutes. 5 minutes left.
5 minutes. So they
We
direct
haven't
you.
smashed anything.
They direct you
Just
towards.
smash the guy in front of you.
They direct you towards the. They direct you towards the room that you have just left, and the place that you did not go, the misty room that you can see that there's clearly mist coming out of it. You go into it, and it is a false treasure room. It looks like it looks very similar to the area like Area 4, but everything is either cheap or broken. It's a decoy of sorts to detract.
Okay, I think we should investigate the room.
All right. Which one of you would like to roll me investigation?
Who has the
I
highest?
haven't ever rolled anything.
All
Let
right,
me
sure.
see. Wait.
Let's let Lobelia roll investigation this time.
+1. What do you got?
Am I a plus? Where am I?
Your intelligence is
+2.
yeah, you're proficient, so you have +2.
So I do the 20.
D20, yes. All right, so
Always
that's 7 + 2 is 9. So yeah, there doesn't look like there's anything weird about this room other than the fact that there's just a bunch of worthless stuff in here. There's like some bits of of counterfeit gold here, some vases, some pots and vases here, and
Okay.
that's really all there is.
All right.
And would you like to continue into the long? And as you realize, you're looking around and you're like, that's pretty. It's weird. It's getting a bit harder to see because of the fog and the mist. And as you get closer to
Can I see
the
through
hallway, fog. It's not like dark vision. It's just fog, and the cracks where sunlight is streaming in abruptly stop, and you realize it's no longer uneven and rocky under your feet. You're in a stone corridor that looks as if it was made by people. And then you walk in, and there's a door in front of you. Do you open it?
Me.
Find
Right.
out
You
next.
cautiously, you open the door, and you look in, and you walk in a few feet, and there's just a wall in front of you, and you're very confused. Like, all of you are very confused. You turn to the left, passageway leading off and disappears into the mist. To your right, passageway that leads off and disappears into the mist. What do you do? Do you look maybe for another way into this place?
I want to try to shoulder tackle the wall in front of me.
Okay, so as you are getting ready to go back and you shoulder tackle, and you look back and you realize the door is gone.
Wait, what?
We're
This
trapped.
is the cursed labyrinth. And that's where we'll leave it. Until next time.
Dun, dun, dun.
No!
Thank you for watching, everyone.